Bauman reporting from Anarchapulco 2026. This is the Genesis conference. What does Genesis mean? A new beginning. And isn't it a wonderful thing to start it in beautiful Puerto Vallarta? I've been coming to this event, I think this is my fourth one, and it's becoming a family. A lot of like-minded people here. We're not having to complain about, oh, this government is doing that and this, because most of us already know these things. This is about solutions, and there's so many geniuses in this building right now. It's incredible. I learned very useful, advantageous information every single time I come to these events, not just health-wise, but with cryptocurrency, with investments, with silver and gold, with multinational banking, with ways that we can insulate ourselves from the obvious danger that we're in from these little cults and these little financial operations. But honestly, we got the numbers, we have the people, we have the ability to connect with each other and develop these solutions. And there's so many amazing vendors and amazing speakers. It's just a continual source of inspiration, and I can't even imagine missing another event like this, because I have a lot of friends that this is the only place I get to see them. And it's, like I said, it's truly becoming like a family, and I mean, what's not to love? Beautiful Puerto Vallarta, tropical weather, the sea is right over there, we got the ocean. The food here is spectacular. The catering at this event, outside and inside, has been amazing. We got a big party tonight. Aya May is going to be performing. She's an amazing musician. I'm sure we're going to show some footage of that. And definitely check out Anarchapulco.com. Get involved. You can volunteer if you can't afford a ticket, or get a ticket, get the VIP, get the full experience, sign up for the workshops, and find out what you've been missing, because it's right here. Sean Ullman, see you later.
The Red Pill Expo, the Greater Reset, Mother Earth News, all kinds of survival and preparedness. I don't travel much anymore, but I definitely come to Anarchapulco. This is where the real movers and shakers in this movement gather. This is where the OGs in the space of like making a difference and changing the world, and getting rid of those, the evil that we're dealing with. Really, really recommend this event. Not only are you going to pick up a lot of good skills, a lot of good information, we have a really good time. There's a lot of great parties, which I might have overdone a little bit of. Anyway, my name is Marjorie Wildcraft. Best way to, I'm known as the female leader of the survival and preparedness movement. Teach you how to grow food if you head over to backyardfoodproduction.com. And yeah, come out to Anarch. You won't regret it. You'll love it.
Tell me a little bit about how people can watch your Substack.
Oh, yeah, I'm available on Substack. It's at Marjorie Wildcraft Substack, and that's my main platform now. I do a lot of interaction and comments. I would love to hear from you. And I basically teach all kinds of self-reliance skills, growing food, making medicine. A lot of people don't realize I used to be a professional investor, so I bring in stuff about silver, crypto, legal systems, just everything you're going to need in order to be able to get through the apocalypse.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like, what it's been like for you meeting the people at Anarchapulco.
Meeting the people here at Anarchapulco has been absolutely life-changing. You just can't get the quality of integrity. Like, we know there's so many influencers out there that are completely bought out and copped out. Here you're going to find the real deal. These are people that have been looking at stuff for decades, and they have genuine information you won't find anywhere else. And the networks, the relationships, the friendships, I look forward to coming back every year. You're going to have lunch and have dinner with so-and-so, with Steve and with Dave and with Mike and Sarah. There's just groups of people that are just wonderful.
Is there anything else you'd like to say at all about anything before we wrap up?
Well, if you know that you're living in the apocalypse and you feel alone because everybody else is jabbed and whatever, or normies, and you're really looking for a place where your tribe lives, come to Anarch. You'll love it.
Hi, my name is Rachel and this is my first Anarchapulco. I live here in Puerto Vallarta and my story is a little funny one. I used to live in Melbourne. I was an ICU nurse and then COVID happened. I happened to marry an American during that time, needed to leave Australia, and things were kind of crazy all over the place. So we were looking for a great place to have our honeymoon and we ended up here in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, and 5 years later we didn't leave. We have a gorgeous little girl. We now have an online business, and when I heard about Anarchapulco being in Puerto Vallarta, I was so excited. I had been in this movement for many, many years. I'd wanted to attend, but just couldn't get to Acapulco. So this is my first event, and I've just met so many incredible, amazing people. So many new connections, so many new friends that I know are going to be like family in the future. It's been incredible to hear Jeff and so many of the speakers speak, and just to be in this atmosphere. I've got so much hope for us as a community, as a group for the future, and I'm so excited about what is going to happen. If you're thinking about coming to Anarchapulco, I just say do it. Like, whatever you need to do, whether it's taking time off work, saving money for a ticket for the plane, grab some friends. Don't worry if you don't know anyone, you're going to make lots of new friends here, and you're going to learn so much and meet great people.
Okay, so my name's Gareth Ike. I'm from England. Last year I came to Anarchapulco. It was my first time, and my first time in Mexico. Great experience. Very different from this year in terms of the venue, and the atmosphere is very different as well from being in the Secret Garden before into this enormous conference center. But it's great. There's so many different people with a totally different path that they've been drawn to Anarchapulco for whatever reason. So as a speaker, it's interesting because normally you come to events like this, like all over the world, and you're there to speak. It's all about what you have to say. Whereas here, I've done as much listening as I've done speaking. Just talking to people at the bar, talking to people in the restaurant, or even just people come up and chat, talking about their life stories and experiences and what they have to offer in terms of solutions for the problems we find ourselves in. So I find like I'll leave with an education, as opposed to just being somewhere, turning up, speaking, going home. It's a totally different atmosphere here.
If someone asked you about Anarchapulco, what would you, and they were contemplating on coming to this event, say next year or another year in the future, what might you tell them, having a first-hand experience yourself?
To be honest, it's one of those places that I think it doesn't matter what you want or what's drawn you to question your life, your reality, whatever. You can probably find the answers here because it's very, very open and there's lots of different people. Some talking like political stuff, some the more spiritual stuff. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find an answer or a connection that will lead you maybe further down the line to an answer. So if anyone said to me, would you recommend I come? I'd say, yeah, definitely.
And then lastly, how about the people? We hear a lot about people making lifelong friends around the world that they keep. I know I've kept a lot of people that I've met at Anarchapulco I'm still in touch with years later.
Yeah.
And they might be in Australia or they might be in Europe or somewhere else, but I keep in touch with them regularly. Has that been the same experience for you?
For me, absolutely. I've made some great connections. Some connections in terms of people that you then interview on your show and you go on their podcast and that kind of stuff. But also, friendships. So for instance, I was at Anarchapulco last year with my wife, and then I went to Libopolko in Serbia, just near Liberland, met a couple of guys there, and then I ended up going up to Scotland and staying with one of the guys. We went to an ice hockey game together and had a night out on a few beers. And he's coming down in a couple of months down to where we live in Derbyshire so we can go out hiking. And it's just off the back of a conversation at an event like this, which is great, because I think, you kind of, when you meet someone, there's that time period where you get to know each other and whatever, and then, the friendship either blossoms or sometimes it doesn't, of course. But at places like this, you've already got such a connection in terms of what you either want from life or what you see life as. So actually I've found that friendships can become a lot stronger a lot quicker. And I recognise loads of people here from last year and also from Serbia that you're just like, mate, how's it going? And like everyone's hugging and I've only ever met them once, and that was 12 months ago.
Yeah.
But your mates, it's great.
Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Or have we kind of covered it all?
I'm just looking forward to next year.
Hey everybody, my name is Sonny, and this is my first year here at Anarchapulco 2026 in Puerto Vallarta. And when I found out that this event was being held in my area, I just happened to live quite close by, which is great. I knew I needed to be here. So I have a lineup of favorite speakers that were speaking at the event that I just could not miss. And I've already made friends with some of them, which is really cool. You go from seeing them on a screen to seeing them in person, which is just really awesome. It's a delight to meet new people on the same page. I've got here and I feel like I'm amongst kin, so it's been a beautiful thing. I am from Canada, but I've been living in Mexico for some time. In fact, I kind of got stranded down here about 5 years ago when, the whole scamdemic came and hit, and everybody's been told to lock down and shelter in place and take the lollipop and mask up and 6 feet apart. And I wasn't having that. And consequently, I didn't make it back to Canada. And what I was receiving up in Canada was a disability income. As you can see, I'm in a wheelchair, and the government of Alberta threw me under the bus and canceled my disability, and I wasn't able to make it back. They essentially just left me stranded down here. So I say that story to people, and they're like, "Well, you're stranded in Mexico, and that's not so bad, right?" Well, in the beginning, it was kind of a challenge, and although this is paradise, I've had to really kind of tread water quickly in order to keep my head above and recreate and redesign life from scratch. And I knew that the type of mindset and the type of attitude that was required to, move forward was the same state of mind that these people here all hold. They're anarchists, and they're freedom fighters, and freedom lovers, liberty lovers. And I felt really drawn to being able to attend this event, despite my financial hardships, which are always improving, was to get here and be amongst these people, to gain inspiration and knowledge and share what I got as well. So I'm just forever grateful for the organizers of this event and the people that attend and all the people that I've met. It's just been a real boost,
Palm trees whisper, freedom in the breeze. Oceans hymn, no chains, no pleas, no rulers, no kings, no scripts to recite. Burn the old book, let the phoenix ignite. Rebirth on the sand, where the rebels convene. A Genesis scene, mind sharp and keen. Dollars to dust, trust in the soul. Anarchapulco, where we break the mold. Anarchapulco, where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire. Anarchapulco spoke. Anarchapulco, where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire. Anarchapulco spoke. Beach bonfire starts spark like flint. Ideas ricochet, no permission, no stint. Borders dissolve, minds expand. Every soul sovereign, every mind grand. No contract signed, just a handshake truth. Ancient wisdom reborn in the fountain of youth. Rules crumble like castles at high tide. Revolution lives where the dreamers reside. Golden horizon, the birth of the free. Echoes of laughter, the waves decree. Freedom is anthem, a beat in the chest. Anarchapulco, where the restless rest. Anarchapulco, where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke. Anarchapulco, where the spirit flies. New dawn, breaking under open skies. No masters, no limits, no chains to choke. This is freedom's fire, Anarchapulco spoke.
With performing artist Ayame.